My name is Father Chris Downey, and I am the Vicar for Priests at the Diocese of Austin. And I've been a priest for 17 years. And I grew up in a Catholic home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm the baby of 7 children, and I never really thought about a vocation. It was never anything that crossed my mind growing up. I went off to college, graduated, and I worked for a number of years as a salesman, both in Los Angeles and in Austin, and playing music. I'm a bassist, so I played music full time for a little while as well. And I thought that all of these things were going to give me the answers that my heart was yearning for, and they always seemed to come up a little bit short. Even the dating relationships I had, as good as they were, still fell a little bit short. And I happened to be at Mass one day, and the priest preached on vocations to the priesthood, and it just hit me really hard. I was a little bit scared, a little bit nervous. It just seemed like something that came out of left field. And I decided, you know what, I'm not gonna do anything about this. And I kind of wrestled with God for about a year. And then after a year, I finally decided, you know what, I'll go into the seminary. We'll see how it goes. Not sure what was going to happen. And to my surprise, I got to seminary and I found that 3 things I really love: the academic work, which I was not something I was great at when I was my first time around in college, but also the camaraderie with the guys and the spirituality. All of those things just seemed to coalesce. And I felt a great sense of peace and purpose for why I was there. It was not what I was expecting for my life, but God is a God of surprises, and I would say that God is faithful. That was Bishop Amon's motto, who was the bishop at the time, and I can attest to that God truly is faithful. He will provide what we need when we respond to his call in faith. That is something that I've done, and I have been a priest for 17 years now, and I'm not going to say I've been a perfect priest by any stretch, but I have found a lot of joy, a lot of purpose, meaning, and direction in my life. And I know that this is what God has called me to. And I love my priesthood, and I love ministering to the people of God and bringing people closer to the Lord. So I'm grateful for all that God has done for me. And God may be calling one of you to the priesthood. And I would say to you, if my story resonates in any kind of way, wonderful. And I would say, don't be afraid to respond to God's call, because it could be that pathway to joy that the Lord has for each and every one of us. God bless you.